See, every business is tough unless you love it. Every business is tough unless you love it. Do you love what you do and who you do it for and who you do it with? Because nobody's ever going to love it more than you do. This is Mr. Beaver, the symbol of Canada. Now it has to be Mr. Beaver because Mrs. Beaver would have been smart enough to get out of the damn way. Women just pay attention better, don't they? They have to. The other half of the population is us. Anyway, this is Mr. Beaver, and Mr. Beaver, the symbol of Canada. Now think about this. The Americans have the majestic, soaring eagle. We have a rodent. What is that? Anyway, this is Mr. Beaver, and Mr. Beaver worked hard all day doing what beavers do for a living, chewing down trees with his front teeth. And at the end of the day, poor Mr. Beaver was standing in the wrong place at the wrong time, and the tree fell over and killed him. Ever have a day like that? How many people have had a day like that? I mean, it's just, every business is tough unless you love it. Unless you love what you do and who you do it for and who you do it with. And I work with so many business owners every year, and here's what I found is sometimes can happen if we're not careful. See, we start off passionate, and then we get a bit complacent, and then the results aren't as good, so we get a little resentful, and then we get bitter, and then we die. Now think about this as a life journey. Passionate, complacent, resentful, bitter, and death. Okay, so I'm not a motivational speaker, but what would be wrong with passionate, and death? See, it's always going to end the same way. It's just the journey is different. Out in the hall during the break, I had the opportunity to speak with Nancy Cahill from she's a ribbon. She's wearing a ribbon. She's hoping to drive home to Nova Scotia in the Lexus. First, she's got to get it up the escalator. That we all want to see. But anyway, she's here from Nova Scotia. She's been at this for 30 years. And she is so full of passion. It's just incredible. I just recommend that any of you, if you ever get down a little bit, just a little bit stressed out about what you do, just get her phone number, give her a call. She will give you a booster shot that you won't forget. 30 years, and she still loves it. And I know there are many more in this room who feel that way. But there is this human tendency to go passionate, complacent, resentful, bitter, and death. The universe is speaking to you. If you do not love this, move on. It's time to retire and pass the torch to someone who has still the passion. Because no one is going to love this more than you do. Your staff are not going to be more excited about this business, about your business, than you are. Your customers are never going to love it more than you do. Do you love what you do? And do you have a passionate, burning desire to keep doing it better? To keep doing it better.